we all have families,
Yeah.
We had 5 children born during the making of Death Magnetic. That's probably why it took so long. So, the fire's there. It's stronger than ever. We feel healthy, and we feel fit. And the passion for new riffs is overwhelming. I mean, that's one of the things is usually as a band gets older, you lose the desire to write songs. And the only reason we haven't been able to finish an album or, get on the songwriting tip as much as we'd like to is because we have this wonderful film and we have, a lot of touring that we've done in recent months.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of all being in shape, I mean, you guys look the best. Like James looks the best he's ever looked, and you guys look happy, healthy. It's got to be kind of a nice time to be in the band.
Yeah, I mean, basically, what happens in your career as you get older, if as long as you still have the desire to write songs and make music and roll with that kind of energy, then you have to adjust to the transitions that your body will present to you. Okay, how am I going to deal with this? How am I going to deal with that? When I first joined the band in 2003, my knees actually started blowing out on me. That had never happened. But it's like, okay, join Metallica. You're playing 2-hour shows. You're on stages the size of an aircraft carrier. You've got to learn to navigate that terrain, and my body wasn't used to that. So I had to learn to adapt to what was necessary and needed for this type of performance. So I got into yoga. I got more into kind of a cardio form of fitness rather than weights and bulking up that way. And it's just really listening to your body, and also the fact that we have physiotherapist that works with us and deep tissue massage and
it's good
fitness. Fitness trainer. It really helps us continue and stay healthy.
Do you still get to skate and snowboard and do all that stuff, or
actually
restricted now?
Yeah, my son is 9 and he's skating now, so we'll go and skate down on the Venice Boardwalk and go to the skate park over there and skate around Santa Monica. So I am pretty active with that, but I'm not trying any tricks, or I'm not doing anything that's going to blow out my wrists. Surfing all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever I'm home, I surf. When I'm on the road, Kirk and I
was going to say, Kirk was talking about surfing too. That's cool.
I mean, we were just in Bali during that Asia tour, and we spent about a week there. A lot of times these tours in places like South Africa or Australia, Central America, they end up being surf trips for Kirk and I with a couple of shows. So we're enjoying our lives in more way than one. Being in Metallica has its advantages. You can actually paddle out into most lineups on the planet, and they'll actually give you waves. And block for you. Some of the old guys don't care about Metallica. In Australia, they didn't care about Metallica. Who are these Metallica guys? Don't take our waves. But our friends would kind of block and okay, go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Well, I think everyone has great memory from, be it a tour, a film, or whatever it is that they're working on. What do you suppose that you're going to remember about making this film that will stay with you years from now?
Well, I learned a lot from it. One of the things I learned is patience in being in that sort of environment. There's so many people. I mean, it's a lot bigger than the creative process that happens when you're making an album. You have a handful of people, maybe a few more than that, but everybody, what their job description is. You have a relationship with them, they're your family. When you get onto a film set, there's so many people, you don't know what they do. Whatever they're doing is important, but then there's there's this tension that sometimes is out there because there are deadlines and there's budget issues. And with Metallica, we kind of like move at our own pace. Mm-hmm. In the film world, that doesn't work so well because they want you to move at their pace. So I think we cause a lot of stress with our wonderful producers. We had a great time with them, and it was so much fun. But at the same time, I'm sure we drove him crazy.
Yeah.
You know, the method that we roll can be very different. But we're very happy with this unique experience, and Nimrod was fantastic. In a way, he's definitely as crazy as we are, and that's probably why we ended up making the film with him.
That's good. Are you a big sports fan yourself?
Oh yeah.
Who are your teams?
Well, okay, I love college sports, and I'm a huge UCLA fan. I mean, I love UCLA basketball, and I love UCLA football. I grew up with it. I used to go see games when I was super young. My father went to UCLA. I actually studied animation at UCLA, and so that's my college team. Muhammad Ali is probably one of my biggest inspirations, along with Bruce Lee. But I love boxing. I mean, I grew up at a time when boxing was amazing, in the 70s and the early 80s, Roberto Duran, Tommy Hearns. I saw Ali fight Frazier and Foreman and all that.
That's great.
Not live, but I mean,
yeah.
So that was a part of my life.
Yeah.
And I believe that all those experiences, and this may sound crazy, but all those experiences that move you in that way, especially ones that are very physical, you can bring that energy to you in what you do as a musician. James Hetfield and I are very physical on stage. I mean, there's, we're challenging each other and we're pushing each other, and I'm not saying it's so much competitive. I think it's just that energy when you're just feeding off the other person's energy, and it's like if I go low, he's going to go lower. And how far are we going to go? You know what I mean? Bring it.
Yeah.
And we feed off that, and also other bands. We were out there with the Big Four, which is Slayer, Megadeth, and Anthrax, and everyone's bringing their A game, and you have mutual respect. But at the end of the day, you want to be harder and heavier than the other bands, and you want to push that limit. Yeah. And to me, that has everything to do with sports.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. Well, the show is the Drew Pearson Show. Drew famously called the Hail Mary catch, and I think everyone has a Hail Mary moment in their life where they just didn't look like it was going to work out, but they had to go for it.
Yeah.
And it worked out. What do you suppose that was for you?
Okay, well, I mean, I can certainly relate it to surfing and being in Tahiti and being caught inside a double overhead set and this big black horseshoe wall approaching me, and I'm just looking at this thing. There's nowhere to go, so I duck dive this thing, and it just throws me on the reef and swallows me alive. And that was the beat down that I remember the most. Another time, if I can give you two,
of course.
Two more. Another time, I was stuck on a ledge in Whistler Blackcomb snowboarding. I crossed an ice patch on this steep drop, and I ended up on this small ledge with nothing but just a tree stump here, and I had to actually detach, like unstrap, and then restrap in a different direction because I was like this. It was all icy, so I had to turn around with the tree here and brace myself, and my leg was shaking like, that was a scary moment. I was praying on that one. And the most recent one has to do with music. I had to go up and play Anesthesia Pulling Teeth because about a day or two before we actually decided to play Kill 'Em All in its entirety, Metallica, at the Orion Festival. I had to perform Cliff Burton, who was the legend in the world of Metallica bass, and I had to get up there and play this very important epic, which is Anesthesia Pulling Teeth. And I have Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers to the left of me, and Cliff Burton's father next to him, about 10 feet away from him, also to the left of me. And it was a huge moment for me. I'm proud of it, but I was definitely praying on that one. Just get me through this, don't mess up.
And you didn't screw it up.
Not too bad. Can always be better.
Oh, that's great. Well, I know we got to wrap things up. So we're here in Austin for Fantastic Fest. I know you're probably in and out, but is there anything that you're going to get to do here that's Austin centric, or will you get to see anything for Fantastic Fest?
I'm really excited about this whole event. You know, the thing that I'm really excited about, besides presenting Through the Never, is I actually have an animated short that will be premiered tonight called Metallica Parking Lot. It was a collaboration with Titmouse Animation, and I wrote most of it, but James Hetfield had a heavy hand in helping me finish it. It's an original music score by Metallica. It has some very cool cameos that range from South Park to Beavis and Butthead and Lemmy and from Motorhead. And it's just really, again, you know, just like Through the Never, you know, you're part of the creation of something, and to see it come to life on the screen, especially when it's animated, is really special. So that's what I'm really looking forward to tonight, and I can't wait. Yeah, I think it's going to be great, and the fans out there don't even know about it.